you, Mr. Chairman. Attorney General Garland, thank you for your service to the United States of America, which is a point of special pride for those of us who live in Maryland's 8th Congressional District. Right-wing violence is now a lethal threat to American democracy. It came to the Capitol when QAnon followers, three percenters, oath keepers, Aryan nations, militiamen stormed the Capitol of the United States in the worst assault on the Capitol since the War of 1812, injuring more than 140 police officers, breaking their noses, breaking their necks, breaking their vertebrae, taking their fingers, causing traumatic brain injury, causing post-traumatic stress syndrome. And now, with all of the whitewashing by Donald Trump, who lied and said that his mob was hugging and kissing the officers, and by his cult-like followers like Representative Clyde, who said that this was more akin to a tourist visit, this permission for violence has given license to the darkest impulses in right-wing politics and given rise to conspiracy theory-driven mob violence, not just at state capitals, like we saw in Lansing, Michigan, which was a dress rehearsal for the January 6th attack, but also it's in schools and at school boards across the country. Here's some headlines from across the country that tell the story. School Boards Association reaches out to FBI for help as threats, violence hit meetings. Loudoun County board members have faced death threats. Prince William meetings have broken down with people screaming. There's been violence across the country. Here's another one. A California teacher is hospitalized after he's allegedly attacked by a parent over face masks on the first day of school. Here's one. An angry parent allegedly ripped off a teacher's mask. It's not the only physical altercation over masks in schools. I'm limited by time here, but there are cases like this all across the country. Now, I'd like to ask you this question, Mr. Garland, because you've been vilified, you've been castigated by members of this committee for your responsiveness to the National School Boards Association, that is members of school boards across the country who are reporting this dramatic uptick in violence against school board members, education administrators, other parents who have the temerity to go to a school board meeting wearing a mask. Did you tell the School Board Association to reach out to you? Did you coach them to reach out to the FBI?
No.
The letter signed by the NSBA President Viola Garcia and NSBA Executive Director and CEO Chip Slavin said, America's public schools and its education leaders are under an immediate threat. Did you write those words or tell them to write those words?
No.
Okay. Did you violate any rule of ethics or any rule of law by responding to this clamor across the country to try to restore some calm and some peace to the schools of America?
No, I didn't. I followed my duty as I saw it.
I noticed that not a single member of this committee has cited a single sentence in your memo as violating anyone's rights. Not one. They have not cited a single sentence from your memo because your memo scrupulously follows the difference between conduct and speech. Would you care to re-edify our colleagues about what the First Amendment protects and what it doesn't protect?
Well, the Supreme Court is quite clear that the First Amendment protects spirited, vigorous, argumentative, even vituperative speech, perfectly acceptable for people to complain about what their school boards are doing or what their teachers are doing in the most aggressive terms. What they're not allowed to do is threaten people with death or serious bodily injury, the so-called true threats line of cases.
Okay. Do you think that it is going to be important for us to confront violence against public institutions, whether it's the United States Congress, as we count electoral college votes, whether it's against state legislatures and governors who have been subject to assassination plots, or against school board members who maybe don't even get paid. Why is it important, if you agree that it is, for us to defend public institutions, public leaders, and public process against violent intimidation, threats, and attacks?
I do think it's
Mr. Chairman, the point of order, Mr. Raskin's words need to be taken down. He referred to one of our colleagues as being cult-like, and we don't allow personal attacks under the rules.
I'm sorry, who did I refer to as cult-like?
Andrew Clyde.
I said that Andrew Clyde was in a religious cult.
Yeah. A cult-like,
Well,
that's a derogatory characterization. It's not allowed under the rules.
Well, I'll wait for direction from the chair, but if he objects to the idea that
Not
it's part
timely
of-
have
now,
regular
but
order.
I would urge everyone to avoid engaging in personalities. And the time of the gentleman has expired.
Thank you.
Mr. McClintock.
Mr. Chairman, can you rule on my point of order? It's Rule 17, Clause 4, standing rules
Not
of
a
the House.
timely point of order.
Can it not be timely? It was still, the gentleman.
You have to raise it at the time.
I did raise it at the time.
Mr. McClintock,
Look, if any
Mr.
offense, look,
Mr.
I'm
Mc-
happy to resolve this right now.
no, 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 no.
Offense was given,
Mr.
offense was
Mr.
given, I'm
McClintock,
happy-
Mr.
I'm
McClin,
happy to withdraw the phrase cult-like is applied to Mr. Clyde of Georgia, just so we can get on with our business. I'm very happy
Okay.
to withdraw that, and we can talk about it in another context. It's interesting that the people.
As I
watching
said,
on the
people
First
should
Amendment
invo-
are interfering with my speech, but I'm quite fine with it, Mr. Chairman.
We're just trying to follow the rules, Mr. Raskin.
We're
Told that's important around here.
Mr.
Yes, I'll meet
McClin,
you at the ACLU.
Mr. Raskin, you said enough. We all have strong feelings. People should avoid engaging in personalities. Mr. McClintock.